just a comment on his career, what it's like been facing him.
Yeah, he's a world-class bowler. He has been for a long time. But even more so, he's a great bloke. Every time I see him off the field, he's always smiling, always saying hello. It's really nice to see that when you meet someone for the first time. I've met him a few times now. So, yeah, I wish him all the best. We just bumped into each other just then, and I told him Queensland is a beautiful state if he ever wants to move over. So, I wish him nothing but the best.
You've had a lot of success in 2016 against South Africa, but with the league run score in that series, do you take a bit of confidence in that series playing?
Yeah, I guess it was nice to face their bowlers. I faced him a few times now. It's always a bit tougher when you go into a series and you haven't really faced the bowlers before, so you're sort of finding your feet a little bit. But they're world-class bowlers. They've got a really good bowling attack. They've got a really good side, so you have to respect them. We're in their home now, but the conditions are quite similar, but it's a new series, so it all starts all over again.
What are your memories of the tour here 6 years ago?
Pretty good. That first test was, I think I was 12th man, and we all know what happened there. But the second test was, we came back from that first test and won that second test and chased up 300 and something odd, and it was a great test match in Joburg. We retained the series, so so yeah, I've got great memories from South Africa. I always have. It's a really cool place to play, South Africa. They found the people really nice. Everyone around is always smiling. You say hello, you say good day to people. So it's a really easy place to tour. And the cricket's always played in really good spirits. I reckon South Africans play the cricket hard like we do back home in Australia, but they also play really fair, and they're all good blokes off the field. So it's always a fun time to play against them.
How's that prep been over the past week or so? There's some pretty testing times when that's
Yeah, it's always testing times against our bowlers, especially when you get a few spicy nets. But it's been good. The practice and the net sessions and the fielding and everything we've done, the preparation is really all we can control at this stage, and it's been first class, and I'm sure the next 2 or 3 days are going to be exactly the same. But then when the game comes around, it's all about being in the contest and doing the basics really well. It's a cliche used a lot, but the team who does that for the longest usually wins red ball cricket. So this first game's a big one for both teams.
After some pretty slow tracks in the Australian National Series, the pitches they provided for the India tour were quick and rapid. You must be looking forward to the chance to play this bouncy track.
South Africa's a bit like Australia too, I reckon, where the wickets can differ from every state, or every sort of ground you go to. Here, predominantly, it can go through, but it can also be a bit slower here too. So it'll be interesting to see how this test match cricket plays out. Obviously, Joburg's usually one of those quick ones. Cape Town can nip around. Haven't really played at PE, but I've heard it's a good batting track. But in general in South Africa, yeah, you get wickets very similar to Australia, but it'll just be interesting to see taking every game at a time, because you kind of don't know what to expect, even sometimes in Australia.
But it's already been quite a long summer for the coaches overseas against India. You guys must have watched that quite closely. Just your thoughts on where they are at the moment, where you feel the series will go.
Well, I think as a team, South Africa is always one of those teams that, they always have a lot of depth in South Africa. I think, as I said before, I find them very similar to Australia. The way they play their cricket, always have good fast bowlers coming through. Obviously, Maharaj been there for a couple of years now, and when you got the likes of AB in the side and Hash, and it'll be a good contest. And watching the Indian series, it'll depend on what the wickets are like. The Indians generally thrive on spinning wickets, but in Australia we sort of play the same sort of wickets that they do in South Africa. So it'll be interesting to see how the game pans out that way. But I think it'll be a fairly good contest. I think talking to everyone back home, everyone's really excited for the series, just about what it holds in terms of the batting, the fast bowling, and the contest that's always there between South Africa. So I think it'll be really exciting.
So in that 2011 win
Yeah, he's had a pretty up and down career from there, hasn't he? He's bowled like an absolute genius that first game. He was only maybe 18 years old. Yeah, he's obviously done a lot of hard work, a lot of setbacks to get back where he is right now. In the last year and a half, he's been bowling beautifully. Obviously, he's been really resilient. His body's been holding up. He's great to have around the change room. Really good bloke. So it's just nice to see him out and bowling consistently and playing Test match cricket, which I'm sure is what he's always wanted to do. So yeah, look, it's good to see him fit. It was good to see all our bowlers fit in the Ashes. Hopefully they can do the same thing here.